Hello, my friend. Welcome to our channel, Healing Sleep Stories. My name is Mushroom, and it's an honor to be your guide tonight. This is a space for you to let go, to rest. So take a slow breath in and exhale gently. Let the weight of the day melt away. There's nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to do. You are safe here. You are loved, and you are not alone. Now, let the story begin and carry you into deep, healing sleep. Sweet dreams. Welcome. You wake within the dream, not startled, just aware. The kind of waking where you don't open your eyes, but feel the world sharpening around you. Your breath is steady, your body hums. Something has shifted again, and this time it feels lighter. You sit up slowly, rubbing your eyes in that way kids do, knuckles in the corners, squinting as though adjusting to sunlight, even though everything around you glows in a soft, silvery haze. You stretch, spine curving, arms overhead. There's that sweet little crack in your shoulder again. Your body is beginning to trust that it's safe to release. You step barefoot back onto the path. It's new, though it looks the same. That's the trick of healing. The landscape may not change, but the traveler does. You walk differently now. You're not rushing. You're not dragging your past like a cart behind you. You're just moving. Ahead, you see a bridge. Not grand, not some storybook spectacle. Just a wooden footbridge suspended above a slow-moving river. The water beneath it isn't dramatic. It doesn't roar or rage, it reflects, still enough that the moonlight ripples back in long strokes of silver. You step onto it, wood warm under your feet. In the river's surface, you catch a glimpse of your reflection, but it's not just your face, it's moments. The way you smiled on a quiet afternoon when no one was watching. The first time you said no and meant it, the laugh you didn't mute, the dance you didn't apologize for. These fragments swirl in the water, not clinging, just visiting. You nod to them, grateful, and keep walking. The bridge delivers you into a small town, but not a real town, a memory town. One stitched from all the places you once felt unseen. The school hallway where you kept your head down. The office where your ideas were taken, but your name never mentioned. The friend group where your laugh was too loud. The family dinner where your silence was your only protection. But no, here's the magic. You're walking through those places and feeling nothing sticking. No more shame, no more flinch, no more replaying what you should have said. It's like walking through a haunted house with the lights on. The ghosts are just furniture. You pause in front of an old bookstore, faded sign, dusty windows. You open the door, and that old book smell hits you. Must, wood, memory. There's a book waiting for you on the counter. The cover has your name on it. You open it. The pages are filled with stories you forgot were yours. The time you protected someone smaller. The moment you forgave without being asked. The night you held yourself together when no one saw how close you were to falling apart. These are your quiet triumphs, and they count. Did you know that during the Tang Dynasty, Chinese poets were often more famous for their character than their work? That some were remembered more for kindness and generosity than for the words they wrote? The world once celebrated softness. It still can, and so can you. You leave the bookstore. The door shuts behind you with a satisfying click. The street is brighter now, the air easier in your lungs. You realize something extraordinary. You're moving through the same world that once made you shrink, but you're no longer shrinking. There's a group of people nearby, familiar faces. The ones who doubted you, hurt you, defined you without permission. They don't see you at first, and when they do, they look confused. You're not fitting into their old version of you. You're standing taller. You're smiling differently. They whisper. But this time you don't eavesdrop on their judgments. You don't fold yourself to match their opinions. You keep walking, past them, through them, not spitefully, just freely. And they fade, like smoke in wind. A dog trots up beside you, friendly, shaggy, tail wagging. You laugh out loud, not because it's funny, but because joy snuck up on you again. The dog sticks with you for a while, then veers off toward a field of tall grass, chasing something invisible and important. You wish it well. The horizon opens, and there's the ocean. Of course there is. You walk across the sand, cool, smooth. Each step prints your presence, but you know the tide will come and sweep it clean. That's not sad. That's sacred. Not everything you leave behind is a loss. Some things are meant to be unrecorded. You stand at the edge, toes kissed by waves. The moon is high now, painting silver trails across the water. You breathe in salt and space, and the scent of every possibility you never let yourself imagine. Historians still argue whether Viking sailors used only the stars or also relied on crystals to navigate open water. Either way, one thing was certain. They trusted what they couldn't fully prove. They sailed into the unknown, believing in their own ability to adjust course. And here you are, standing on your own shore, no map in hand, but with a sense of inner north you hadn't felt in years. You whisper something, soft, maybe silly. I am safe now. No one hears it, except the sea, and that's enough. As you turn from the waves, the weightlessness settles in fully. It's not just that the old things are gone. It's that you're not clutching at anything new to replace them. You're letting yourself just be, unburdened, unstrategized, unarmored. There's a hammock strung between two palms. Don't ask how it got there. The dream world provides. You curl into it, the weave cradling your back, your hips, your knees. You sway gently. The stars blink down at you like soft applause. There's a debate among modern psychologists about whether confidence is taught or remembered. Tonight, it doesn't matter, because you're not chasing confidence, you're living it, in this hammock, on this beach, in your breath. No need to earn it, no need to perform. You are simply, beautifully enough. The breeze brushes your cheeks. You smile without realizing. And somewhere deep in the fabric of who you are, a voice murmurs, This is what it feels like to live without fear. You're still lying there in the quiet, but something in the atmosphere shifts. It's not dramatic, there's no thunderclap or sudden revelation, but you sense it. A change in the texture of the air, like someone just opened a window in a house that hadn't been aired out in years. You sit up slowly, not because anyone tells you to, but because your body feels ready. You stretch a little. There's that crack pop in your spine that feels like your skeleton applauding. That's right. Even your bones are rooting for you now. A narrow path appears where there wasn't one before. Isn't that always the way? You don't see the trail until you're ready to walk it. You start forward, barefoot, but the ground is soft, forgiving. You don't need shoes for this part. You're not climbing yet, you're shedding. The path winds through a grove of trees, tall and shimmering with dew. As you walk, the leaves seem to whisper, low murmurs, not words exactly, more like sensations. Some are memories, brushing against your skin like old acquaintances. You don't have to invite them in. Just notice, acknowledge, keep walking. You find a small stone table tucked into a clearing. It looks ceremonial, but not in a creepy, cultish way. More like a place where people come to leave things they've outgrown. You run your fingers along the surface. It's warm. It hums. On the table, there's a parchment. Old, frayed at the edges, but blank. That's the invitation. You smile a little. Even in dreams, paperwork finds you. You sit and begin to write, not with ink, but with thought. You let your subconscious rise up gently and pour itself onto the page. The judgment someone handed you when you were too young to say no. The guilt that never belonged to you. The fear shaped like someone else's face. The identity that was assigned, not chosen. You're not performing, you're not explaining, you're just letting it out, like steam from a kettle, like a river that forgot it could run. And here's the thing no one tells you about letting go. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't need fireworks or drama. It can be quiet, like peeling off a sticker, like exhaling, like finally loosening a grip you didn't realize you were clenching. You stand, and the parchment dissolves into soft ash. No fire, just a peaceful unraveling, a sigh. And the moment it's gone, you feel the space it used to occupy. There's a lightness, not giddy, not exaggerated, just spacious. You have room now. For what? You don't know yet. But space is a sacred thing. Do you remember learning about the ancient Greek practice of catharsis? It literally means purging. The philosophers believed you had to watch tragedies, weep for fictional characters, to release your own trapped grief. Because back then, people understood that sorrow needs a vessel, a ritual, a way out. This is yours. As you leave the clearing, you pass a mirror, unexpected, freestanding, a little cracked. You pause. You expect to feel the old dread rise up, the comparison, the criticism, the ugh, is that really what I look like? But it doesn't come. You just see you, a face that's softened, eyes that blink slower now, more curious than critical, shoulders less hunched. You don't look perfect, you look true, and true is enough. Somewhere deep in your subconscious, a door creaks open. You don't go through it yet, but you glimpse what's inside. Moments when you absorbed other people's fear, anger, shame. Like a sponge that didn't know it had a choice. You realize something essential now. You can squeeze that out. And you begin to, not all at once, but piece by piece. Like removing weights from your pockets you didn't know were there. Labels drop away. Too sensitive, not enough, too much, broken, late, loud, wrong. They fall like leaves in autumn, beautiful, even as they let go. In the distance, you hear music, soft. A single instrument, maybe a violin or a cello, playing a lullaby in a minor key. It tugs at you, chest, that nostalgic ache that says, I've heard this before, even if you haven't. That's memory in its purest form, not fact, but feeling. You pause by a stream. The water is impossibly clear. You kneel, cup it in your hands, and bring it to your lips. The taste is cool, almost sweet. You feel it trickle down your throat, like it's washing away something deep inside. As you stand, your reflection in the stream wavers, not disappearing, just shifting, becoming something softer, truer, and you accept it, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. There's a rustling to your left, and from the trees steps an animal, a deer perhaps, or a creature that doesn't exist in the waking world. It looks at you with ancient eyes, blinks slowly, and then bows its head, offering a small glowing orb. You don't question it, you take it. It's not magical in a cheesy way. It's symbolic, a piece of your own power, once hidden, now returned. Historians still debate whether or not medieval shamans, truly insane, believed that soul fragments could be lost and retrieved. But nearly every culture has a version of the story. The soul can fracture, they say, and healing is remembering how to call the pieces back. You walk again holding that orb. You feel it pulse, not in your hand, but in your chest. You are becoming whole, not because you forced yourself to be, but because you finally stopped resisting the truth. Some of the things you carried were never yours, like borrowed coats that never quite fit, like someone else's playlist stuck on repeat, like the scent of a perfume you hated but wore to be liked. You're done with that now. A clearing opens, moonlit and wide. You step into it and spin slowly, arms loose, face tilted upward. The stars blink above like they're watching a play you're starring in, but you don't mind. For once, it doesn't feel like judgment, just witnessing. You lie down again, this time not out of exhaustion, but out of surrender, and the ground, ever so gently, rises to meet you. You're not floating, you're being held. You exhale a long one that reaches all the way back to that version of you who first believed they weren't enough. And you say goodbye. Not a dramatic goodbye, just a kind one, like, thank you for trying, you can rest now, and the wind carries it away. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to understand all the reasons. You only need to be here, breathing, releasing, remembering. This is how you begin again. Welcome. You wake within the dream, not startled, just aware. The kind of waking where you don't open your eyes, but feel the world sharpening around you. Your breath is steady, your body hums. Something has shifted again, and this time it feels lighter. You sit up slowly, rubbing your eyes in that way kids do, knuckles in the corners, squinting as though adjusting to sunlight, even though everything around you glows in a soft, silvery haze. You stretch, spine curving, arms overhead. There's that sweet little crack in your shoulder again. Your body is beginning to trust that it's safe to release. You step barefoot back onto the path. It's new, though it looks the same. That's the trick of healing. The landscape may not change, but the traveler does. You walk differently now. You're not rushing. You're not dragging your past like a cart behind you. You're just moving. Ahead, you see a bridge. Not grand, not some storybook spectacle. Just a wooden footbridge suspended above a slow-moving river. The water beneath it isn't dramatic. It doesn't roar or rage. It reflects, still enough that the moonlight ripples back in long strokes of silver. You step onto it, wood warm under your feet. In the river's surface, you catch a glimpse of your reflection, but it's not just your face, it's moments. The way you smiled on a quiet afternoon when no one was watching. The first time you said no and meant it. The laugh you didn't mute. The dance you didn't apologize for. These fragments swirl in the water, not clinging, just visiting. You nod to them, grateful, and keep walking. The bridge delivers you into a small town, but not a real town, a memory town. One stitched from all the places you once felt unseen. The school hallway where you kept your head down. The office where your ideas were taken, but your name never mentioned. The friend group where your laugh was too loud. The family dinner where your silence was your only protection. But no, here's the magic. You're walking through those places and feeling nothing sticking. No more shame, no more flinch, no more replaying what you should have said. It's like walking through a haunted house with the lights on. The ghosts are just furniture. You pause in front of an old bookstore, faded sign, dusty windows. You open the door, and that old book smell hits you. Must, wood, memory. There's a book waiting for you on the counter. The cover has your name on it. You open it. The pages are filled with stories you forgot were yours. The time you protected someone smaller. The moment you forgave without being asked. The night you held yourself together when no one saw how close you were to falling apart. These are your quiet triumphs, and they count. Did you know that during the Tang Dynasty, Chinese poets were often more famous for their character than their work? That some were remembered more for kindness and generosity than for the words they wrote? The world once celebrated softness. It still can, and so can you. You leave the bookstore. The door shuts behind you with a satisfying click. The street is brighter now, the air easier in your lungs. You realize something extraordinary. You're moving through the same world that once made you shrink, but you're no longer shrinking. There's a group of people nearby, familiar faces. The ones who doubted you, hurt you, defined you without permission. They don't see you at first, and when they do, they look confused. You're not fitting into their old version of you. You're standing taller. You're smiling differently. They whisper. But this time you don't eavesdrop on their judgments. You don't fold yourself to match their opinions. You keep walking, past them, through them, not spitefully, just freely. And they fade, like smoke in wind. A dog trots up beside you, friendly, shaggy, tail wagging. You laugh out loud, not because it's funny, but because joy snuck up on you again. The dog sticks with you for a while, then veers off to walk at a field of tall grass, chasing something invisible and important. You wish it well. The horizon opens, and there's the ocean. Of course there is. You walk across the sand, cool, smooth. Each step prints your presence, but you know the tide will come and sweep it clean. That's not sad. That's sacred. Not everything you leave behind is a loss. Some things are meant to be unrecorded. You stand at the edge, toes kissed by waves. The moon is high now, painting silver trails across the water. You breathe in salt and space, and the scent of every possibility you never let yourself imagine. Historians still argue whether Viking sailors used only the stars or also relied on crystals to navigate open water. Either way, one thing was certain. They trusted what they couldn't fully prove. They sailed into the unknown, believing in their own ability to adjust course. And here you are, standing on your own shore, no map in hand, but with a sense of inner north you hadn't felt in years. You whisper something, soft, maybe silly. I am safe now. No one hears it except the sea, and that's enough. As you turn from the waves, the weightlessness settles in fully. It's not just that the old things are gone. It's that you're not clutching at anything new to replace them. You're letting yourself just be, unburdened, unstrategized, unarmored. There's a hammock strung between two palms. Don't ask how it got there. The dream world provides. You curl into it, the weave cradling your back, your hips, your knees. You sway gently. The stars blink down at you like soft applause. There's a debate among modern psychologists about whether confidence is taught or remembered. Tonight, it doesn't matter, because you're not chasing confidence, you're living it, in this hammock, on this beach, in your breath. No need to earn it, no need to perform. You are simply, beautifully enough. The breeze brushes your cheeks. You smile without realizing, and somewhere deep in the fabric of who you are, a voice murmurs, This is what it feels like to live without fear, meditation, and relaxation. You're still swaying gently in that hammock, the rhythm as slow and steady as your breath. There's a softness to everything now. Even the air feels padded, like it's been wrapped in velvet. You let your hand dangle over the edge and feel the breeze slide between your fingers like silk. And then you smile. Not the smile you put on when someone says cheese. Not the one that's more for them than for you. This one's different. It bubbles up from your chest and spills across your face without permission, without effort. You don't just feel lighter, you feel clearer. The clouds have lifted, and underneath, there you are. The real you, not the version trimmed to please others, not the you that was taught to apologize just for existing. You as you were always meant to be, soft-spined and steel-hearted. You sit up slowly in the hammock, swing your legs down to the sand. They sink slightly, warm and weightless. The tide is far now, distant, enough that its hush sounds like a lullaby. The stars above shift into a slow spiral, like they're aligning just for you. You start walking again. There's no destination. That's the point. This part isn't about getting somewhere. It's about inhabiting yourself, fully and without flinching. You pass through another grove now. This one's different, lush, vibrant. It hums with confidence, not the loud, performative kind, the kind that grows quietly in the chest, like a candle lit from the inside out. You reach a small structure, a round stone building with a thatched roof and ivy crawling up its sides. Inside, there's no furniture, just a wide open floor and a circular mirror mounted to the ceiling. You lie down in the center and look up. At first, you only see your face, but slowly the reflection begins to shift. It shows you not as you are, but as you believe yourself to be on your worst days. You watch it, the posture, the expression, the shrinkage. It hurts a little, but not in the old way. This pain has distance now. It's observation, not identification. And then, slowly, you start to speak. Not out loud, not with words, but with truth. Each breath is a message. I am not broken. I was shaped by pressure, not defined by it. I do not need to prove anything to belong. I am allowed to take up space. I am not a performance. I am a person. As the thoughts settle, the mirror shifts again. This time, it reflects the real you, not an idealized, flawless version, but the one who is whole because of everything she's been through. Strong and kind, boundaried and generous, confident without comparison. Did you know that in ancient Japan, samurai were trained not only in combat, but also in poetry and tea ceremony? Because power wasn't just strength, it was presence. The ability to be fully engaged with the moment. That's the version of you the mirror now reveals, not hardened, but anchored. You walk outside and find a cloak hanging from a tree branch. It's not flashy, just soft, warm, familiar. It feels like wrapping yourself in your own story, only this time on your terms. You pull it around your shoulders and realize you no longer want to hide. You want to stand. There's a field ahead, golden, breezy, tall grasses swaying like dancers too graceful to care if they're watched. You step into it. The sun is rising, slow, pink, radiant, and with it, so are you. Confidence doesn't always look like bold speeches or flawless skin or perfect posture. Sometimes it's quieter. Sometimes it's the decision to show up to your own life, to no longer abandon yourself when things get uncomfortable. You walk through the field, and each step feels like an affirmation. I choose myself. I forgive myself. I believe myself. That last one, I believe myself, settles into your bones like honey into tea, thick, warm, unmistakable. You pause and remember something. The first time you stood up for yourself. The first time you said no and didn't explain it. The first time you walked away from something beautiful because it wasn't safe. Those were all acts of courage. And now, courage feels less like a mountain to climb and more like a rhythm you've remembered how to dance to. Historians still debate whether the Colosseum in Rome was a site only of violence or also of ritualized public storytelling, where confidence and fear, performance and identity blurred. What we do know is this: every civilization has created arenas, but you're no longer performing. You've stepped out of the ring. You're writing a different kind of epic. You climb a low hill now. It's not steep, just steady. At the top, there's a single chair, wooden, simple, waiting for you. You sit, and it feels earned. From this vantage point, you can see all the places you've been: the river, the bookstore, the sea, the mirror. You trace your own journey with your eyes, and you whisper, "Look what I made it through." There's a debate among modern researchers about whether self-esteem comes from external validation or internal narrative. Tonight, it's clear your narrative has changed. You are no longer the one abandoned or overlooked. You are the one who came back for yourself. A breeze brushes your cheek like a kiss. You let it happen. You pull the cloak tighter, not to hide, but to ground. You sit still, tall, not perfect, but sovereign. That's the word. You are sovereign. A thought arises, not intrusive, but honest. You won't always feel this way, and that's okay, because now you know how to return to this place, to this part of you, to this truth. Confidence isn't about never doubting. It's about knowing what to believe beneath the doubt. The chair becomes softer, the light warmer, your eyelids heavier, not because you're weak, but because you are finally safe enough to rest. With Spirita, you're not fully asleep, not fully awake. You're resting in that sacred in-between space, the one that opens only when the mind has softened and the heart has stopped bracing for the next blow. You lie back gently in the chair on the hilltop, eyes closing, body exhaling as if for the first time in years. And then something unexpected happens. You laugh. Not a loud, ridiculous laugh, just a quiet, surprised one. Because suddenly you realize how much of your life was spent believing that healing had to be painful. That transformation had to look like fire and ash and tearing things down to rebuild. But here you are, changing not with drama, but with gentleness. Turns out, growth can feel good. You stand slowly, the cloak still wrapped around your shoulders, and begin walking again, this time down a winding path lined with lanterns. They flicker softly, as if recognizing you, and maybe they do. Each lantern represents a version of you. Finally, you've met and loved along the way. You pass the child who thought she had to be small to stay safe. You smile at her, and she smiles back, chewing on the corner of a blanket. Still here, still part of you. You see the teenager, eyes hard, trying so desperately to be unbothered. You nod. She rolls her eyes, but her lip trembles. You squeeze her shoulder gently, and she softens. And there's the one who tried so hard to be perfect, bending like origami into shapes that pleased everyone but her. She meets your gaze now, and finally, she breathes. You're no longer pushing any of them away. You're gathering them home. At the end of the path, there's a doorway, not the kind with hinges and locks. It's more of a veil, a shimmer in the air, like those heat waves that dance above hot pavement. This, you understand, is the threshold. And beyond it, not a promised land, not a final destination, just your life, the real one, the one you get to step into now as you. You don't rush through it, and you whisper something, not for anyone else, but for your own soul to hear. I trust myself now. It's a small sentence, but inside it is the end of every apology you've ever made just for being. You walk through. The light on the other side is warm, not blinding. It doesn't dazzle or demand. It welcomes. There's a garden here, wide, blooming with color, but not overly tidy. The flowers grow in wild clusters, the kind that bees adore. The kind that don't care about Instagram aesthetics. You walk through, brushing petals with your fingertips. You think back to something you once read, that the oldest seeds ever germinated were over 30,000 years old, found frozen in Siberian permafrost. And yet they bloomed when given warmth, water, and time. That's what you are now. Not behind, not broken, just blooming on your own schedule. Historians still argue whether the Library of Alexandria was destroyed all at once or over centuries. But either way, what they mourn most wasn't the fire, it was the knowledge lost, and now you see. You are the library, you've been housing wisdom you forgot you had, and nothing is lost, just waiting to be remembered. You sit by a small pond, the water glassy. This time, when you look into it, you don't see a version of yourself. You see the self that's becoming, not fixed, not flawless, but forming, growing. A whisper stirs in the trees. You don't have to know where it ends to take the next step. So you do. You rise and walk the garden path back toward rest. You're not being tested anymore. You're being trusted by life, by your body, by yourself. There's a bed waiting for you, white linen sheets, warm light, the smell of lavender, and something sweet you can't quite name. Maybe hope, maybe closure, maybe both. You lie down, and for the first time in a long time, you don't rehearse tomorrow. You don't rehearse anything. You just allow. The window is open, the breeze is slow, the world is still. Your breath deep, your shoulders heavy in the best way. and in the deep stance. Somewhere between waking and dreaming, you hear the quietest, gentlest truth rise up from your heart. You're going to be okay. Not because everything will go perfectly, but because you've finally stopped abandoning yourself. And now, it's time to rest. So here you are, my friend, lying in the quiet glow of your own becoming. You've wandered through memory and myth, through forests of self-forgiveness and shores of reclaimed truth. You've released what was never yours and retrieved the pieces of you that always were. And now, with the softness of night surrounding you, you no longer need to hold anything. You are allowed now to simply be. Breathe slowly, no need to change anything. Just notice the gentle rhythm of your chest rising and falling, like the tide that kisses the shore, over and over again. With each breath, you sink a little deeper into comfort, into safety, into trust. The world outside can wait. Right now, you are wrapped in peace. The stars above hum with quiet celebration. Nothing grand, just a knowing shimmer. You've done something powerful. You've returned to yourself, and that is enough. As you drift now, weightless and warm, know that there is nothing more to fix, nothing more to prove. Your only task tonight is to rest. You're held, you're safe, and sleep is already here. Let go, let go, let go. Good night.